So today we're talking about starting our milkweed plants from seeds. First of all, there are all different kinds of seeding trays and containers that you can purchase. The ones I have here are, this one is a 6-pack, and you can see it's much deeper than this one is, right? But this one, it has, what, like 48 holes. And this one has the 4-pack that you can separate them, and when you're ready to work with them, you have a little 4-pack. That's very nice. I like that as well. What I do like about these is that they come with a tray for the bottom, so when you pick it up and move it, it stays sturdy, so you can pop out the little trays and you still have the big tray. These came with a much flimsier clear plastic bottom. I didn't care for that too much, and I didn't care for using this one. I prefer to use the ones that are a little deeper and the ones that have the harder trays. So, talking about the milkweed plant itself, when it seeds up, for the milkweed that we're talking about today, these are seed pods. So, when the seed pods first grow on the plant, they're quite green. If you look at this one very closely, you can tell it's already starting to open up, right? So I don't want my milkweed seeds blowing in the wind. I want to collect them and use them for my plants. So you can see that when it's ready to open like this, those are the seeds. And it is quite thick. There are lots and lots of seeds in there. So I collect them, and what I do, I just collect them and I put them in a container, and when I'm ready to separate the seeds from the silk, I will put them in a Ziploc baggie. I just throw them in there, and what you're going to do is you're going to seal the bag, and you're just going to shake, shake, shake. Just shake it quite vigorously. It doesn't take very long, and you can see that the seeds are already starting to separate from the silk. See, the seeds are already starting to separate from the silk, and just shake them really hard. And then when you go in here, you can literally pull out the holes and the silk, and it leaves the seeds there in the bottom. See, I have all of these seeds in the bottom of the bag. So what we're going to do is we're going to plant the seeds. What I like to do, let me put my gloves back on, what I do with my gloves. So I'm not a real girly girl, but I do not like having dirt underneath my fingernails, and I don't like my hands being stained with dirt all the time. So I like to wear plastic gloves underneath my gardening gloves, because I've noticed that it keeps my fingers and my hands much cleaner. Okay, so we're going to start with putting some dirt in the bottom of our little seed plant, our little seedling container. I'm going to fill the holes almost all the way up. That one needs a little bit more. So you can see that I filled the holes almost all the way up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet it down. I'm going to wet it down really good. Then I have to take my gloves off for the seeds, because the seeds are so small. Trying to work with the gloves just doesn't work out too well sometimes. So I've got my Ziploc baggie, and I've seen people do this several different ways. You can put 1 seed per hole, you can put 2 seeds per hole. I like to at least do 2 seeds per hole, and I don't put them directly side by side. And you can see that the little fluff sticks to my hand. Let me show you what the seeds actually look like close up. That's what the seeds look like close up. They're very small, very tiny. So now I've got my seeds in there. I'm just going to put a very light layer of dirt on top of them. Not wanting the seeds to be very deep. We want them to be deep enough, but they don't need to be at the bottom of the container or anything like that. We're going to add a little bit more water. We're going to put them in the sun, and in about 2 weeks they will sprout. This one is about 2 weeks old. These that are in this tray are about 2 weeks old, maybe 3. And then this one is one that is about 8 or 9 months old. And that's how you can keep your milkweeds going without having to buy more milkweed.